Welcome to Alice Just Alice 55. You're listening to an AI-narrated audiobook version of my original story, The Unclaimed Werewolf, an Unbound Wolves novel, written by Alice N. Smith. Chapter 11, Where the Verdict Reaches. Her. The forest looked different in daylight. Not safer, just exposed. Sunlight filtered through the upper canopy in pale shafts, breaking against leaves and bark, laying bare the ground she usually claimed in shadow. She moved through it in human form, bare feet silent against packed earth, Morcel trotting ahead and back within sight. The scent was there again, not sharp this time, not fresh with challenge, settled. She stopped. Morcel stopped too, ears lifting. The smell carried on warm air, fur, heat, and something disciplined beneath it. Not prey, not human, not wild in the way she understood wild, werewolf, and not alone. She exhaled slowly, but did not shift. Not yet. If they had come to talk, they could look her in the face while they did it. She crested the rise toward the northern ridge and found them waiting. 3 figures stood in the open, deliberately visible between the trees. They made no attempt at cover, no attempt at stealth, a convoy. 2 remained slightly back, watchful, still, hands loose at their sides. The third stood forward, tall and broad-shouldered, dark-haired, and still in a way that made the air around him feel controlled rather than calm. Alpha. Nora halted at the tree line. Morsel froze at her flank, body tense. The Alpha did not move closer. "Good," he said, voice carrying easily through the clearing. "You came out on your own." Her lips curled slightly. "This is my ground. You shouldn't be here." A pause, brief, deliberate. "So it seems," he said. She stepped forward into the light, placing herself fully between them and Morcel. Not shielding him exactly, claiming space. "You could have waited at the boundary." "Yes," he said, "if this were a request." A sharp, humorless breath left her. "Then say what it is." Recognition. The word landed heavier than any threat. She circled them slowly, senses cataloging every detail. They did not track her movement like hunters. They tracked her like witnesses. "You don't mark territory the way packs are required to," the Alpha continued. "You don't answer challenges. You live here without declaring allegiance, and that makes you an exception. I don't need a pack or your recognition." "Need isn't the measure," he replied calmly. "Compliance is." That landed harder than the word exception. He studied her more closely then. Not her stance, not her dominance, but her face. "Your name," he said. Not a question. She stilled. "No," she said. "Yours first." A flicker passed through his expression. Not surprise. Calculation. "Brooks," he said after a moment. "Alpha Brooks." She waited. The name, the title. "Nora," she said at last. Brooks inclined his head a fraction. "Nora," he repeated, as if fixing it into place. She stepped closer. "Now leave," she said. His gaze flicked just once to the dog at her side. "Leave him out of this." Brooks's eyes returned to her. "The animal is part of your territory," he said. "That makes him relevant." "He's not yours to categorize," she snapped. A beat. "Is he pack?" Brooks asked. "No." "Claimed?" "Yes." That answer gave him pause. "And he has a name," Brooks said. "Morsel." He nodded once, as if marking it down. "Then understand this," he said. "Anything you claim reflects on you." "Then look at me," she said. For a moment he did. Then his expression settled again, controlled and official. "You're already known," he said. "A female. Unbound. Alone. The council won't ignore that." "I don't belong to your council." "No," he said, "but you exist within its reach." Silence stretched between them, taut and brittle. "One cycle," he said at last. She waited. "By its end," he continued, You will have declared a mate. The forest seemed to still around them. Her jaw tightened. Or? Brooks didn't answer immediately. When he did, his voice was unchanged, but his eyes had shifted. No longer on her face. Not quite. Or the council will, he said, and you will accept the match they provide. That won't happen, she said. For the first time since he'd arrived, Brooks exhaled. It was quiet, controlled, almost imperceptible. Find one yourself, he said, then, more firmly, make it clean, make it undeniable. Her eyes narrowed. And if I don't? His gaze returned to hers, steady again, sealed. Then it won't be my voice you hear next time. He stepped back. The others followed without hesitation. They turned and walked openly back the way they had come. No rush, no fear. When their scent finally faded, the forest seemed too quiet. Morsel pressed against her leg, uncertain but steady. She looked down at him, then back toward the ridge. Nothing's changed, she said more sharply than she meant to. We're not leaving. His tail wagged once, trusting, absolute. Her jaw tightened. The forest was still hers, but now it was being counted.